Hi everyone, I am going to present my poster today. The topic is on, we have did a research on this topic, which is morphometric analysis of external nose and its forensic contribution. The aim of the study it is a cross-sectional study to estimate the different dimensions of the external nose among different races in Malaysian population. In this study, a total of 257 participants were there, and they are aged between 18 to 25 years. This population of students are from a private university in Klang Valley, and in that this population of students, there are 129 males and 129 females. In this study, we have measured the different aspect of the nose. We have measured the nasal length and the nasal breadth, and from the nasal breadth and the nasal length, we have come out with the nasal index. And this nasal index is calculated by dividing the nasal width by nasal length and finally multiplied by 100. The results, the data that has been calculated, it is estimated by ANOVA and t-test using the SPSS version 25. And finally, we have found that there is a significant difference between the males and females, uh, with p-value of less than 0.05. In all the Malaysian races, we have found that they have a Platurine type of nose. In conclusion, we can say that this Malaysian population, they have this Platurine type of nose, and this is very important to identify a person, especially when we get skull and we have to do the identification of a person by measuring the nasal length. This is also one way to identify a race of a ethnicity of a person. So basically, when we elaborate our research, this is on the external nose, and external nose is formed mainly by the cartilages and bones that forms the framework of the external nose. And this external nose is very important, especially for breathing and also for another very important function, that is smell. Just now I have described about the methodology, and this measurement we did by using a sliding vernier caliper. You can see in these two pictures, this is the vernier caliper we have used for our measurement. The first picture is showing how we measure the nasal length. So we have this one end of the vernier caliper is towards the root of the nose, and another one towards the nasal layers, and the second one is the width or the breadth of the nose. So you can see this is the one part and this is the another part, and we have put these two along the nasal layer. So this is how we have calculated the breadth of a nose. And from the data, when we calculated our results, we have framed into three tables. We have displayed into three tables. The first is table showing the races with their nasal index, nasal length, and nasal width. When we see the nasal length of the three races, first is the Malay, then Chinese, then Indians. The Malays, they have a nasal length of 53.62, that is the mean, and 4.80 is the standard deviation. And this is the width of the Chinese, the length of the Chinese, 55.49 is the mean, and 4.76 is the standard deviation. And for the Indians, you can see here the length is in between the Malay and the Chinese, that is 54.41 is the mean, and 5.10 is the standard deviation. P value is showing significance since 0.40 is less than 0.05. When it comes to the nasal width, the Malay, they have somewhat more width, that is 50.33 is the mean, and 4.4 is the standard deviation. But for Chinese and the Indians, you can see the width are almost same, with showing a both in the nasal width, all the three, they are showing a significant value of 0.00, which is less than 0.05. On the nasal index, when we have calculated, we can say that Malay, they have the highest nasal index of about 94.56 is the mean, and um, for the Chinese it's 87.46, and for the Indians 88.67, almost same nasal index, but the Malays they have the more, and so insignificant value. The second table is on the your genders, two genders in Malaysian population, showing the nasal length, nasal width, and nasal index. The nasal index of the females in Malaysian population is more than the uh, males, which is about 81.13 is a mean, and in females it's about 91.33, which is more than that of the male. But this results finally shows that there is no significance since the p-value is more than 0.05. The third table shows we have classified the index and the your type of nose. The Malay, Chinese, and Indian races, all they have the plateauing type of nose according to the data, according to from the analysis that we have got. And in between the genders, the male they have a mezzorine type of nose, and females they have a plateauine type of nose. How we have come out with this type of nose? We have classified according to the previous studies. And they have mentioned that nasal index value below 89.9, 69.9 is classified as labyrinth type of nose, and between 70 to 50, 84.9 classified as mezzorine type of nose, and above 85 we classified as plateauine type of nose. So, yes, this is the then because depend on that we have classified the nose of the races in Malaysian population as platinum, since the value is more than 85. But here in the nasal index of a male in a Malaysian population, since you can see its value is 81.11, we classified as a mezzorine type of nose. So this is the discussion from where just now we have described how we have classified this nose, and we have put in the discussion. And finally, in the conclusion, this measurement of the nose we can say is very important because it is helping the ENT surgeons and constructing the nose, and especially in the forensic medicine, if we get the data and and from that if we can analyze the external nose parameters of the external nose, definitely we can come out with the identification of a person depending on their races, depending on their origin, and depending on their ethnicity. So finally, these are the references from where we have discussed our findings, and we have come out with the different type of nose. Thank you very much. Thank you listening to me.